Hej. Jeg står lige og nyder min morgenkaffe. Det gør jeg altid, når jeg er i Holland. Jeg står og kigger ud af en smuk havn. Jeg tror, det var tulipaner her. Det er der ikke. Bare vand i stedet for. Men den eneste grund til, at jeg selvfølgelig er i Holland og drikker morgenkaffe på en altan i Holland, det er fordi, at Insight er rykket til Holland. Ha! Kunne du gætte det? Har du gættet det derhjemme? Har du gættet det? Hvis ikke du har gættet det, så sluk. For så har du ikke fortjent at se det her. Det, der skal ske i dag, det er, at vi skal kigge mere på racingspil. Racing i e-sport. Hvorfor ser vi ikke mere af det? Hvorfor ser vi så lidt af det? Det er de helt store spørgsmål. Vi skal ned og snakke med Dan Greenwald, som altså er udvikler på Forza Motorsport, som tidligere har været med i VCG, og derfor er den helt rigtige at spørge om lige præcis det her. Prøv at se her. Forza Motorsport 4. Do you see this game bringing maybe a new part into esport? Because racing game-wise, we haven't had anything at all. We had Trackmania, which is like cartoonish. Could this game be the first realistic racing game that people can make big money on?
Well, you know, we have been used at times in different tournaments for racing. We do tournaments in our community, but now we have 16-player multiplayer, so that makes it even better for doing not only wheel-to-wheel racing against individuals, but also team racing, because now there's more cars on the track, so you can have more teams. But what I'm most excited about is actually the prospects of something like Top Gear Football, where there could actually be a racing game competition that's not about racing. It's about scoring points and a goal. I think that's pretty cool. But I do think there is opportunity for big money. I mean, we've got really fast drivers in our community. In fact, the professional driver, Stefan Sarzen from the Peugeot team, he races in Forza all the time. He's one of the top guys in our leaderboards. And that's someone who makes his whole career off of racing fast. And it proves that fast driving in the real world is rewarded in the physics in Forza Motorsport.
Is that something that your team will focus on, and the whole marketing part of it, maybe do some tournaments that would maybe bring that more into esport?
You know, I don't really know. We haven't really planned out that aspect. That's the sort of thing that as the game really matures, you know, in Forza Motorsport 3 we had hundreds of thousands of players still playing even after a year and a half of the game's release. And that gives us opportunity with a community like that to really look at other aspects of the game, like competitive multiplayer.
What is your dream scenario for your game, and does that dream scenario involve it being a more competitive game?
Honestly, my dream scenario for the game is to get more people excited about cars. And for some, that's going to include things like competitive driving. And obviously, that is something that gets PR and marketing and the like. But for me, the vision is to get people excited about cars in a multitude of ways and across a very, very diverse group of car culture. So that does mean painting, that means tuning, that means upgrading, and of course, it means racing as well. So while I think esport could be a component that serves one aspect of the community is so much bigger and they do so many more things as well.
Why do you think that it hasn't happened yet, that it's fully blown into esport? Because you see games like Counter-Strike and the FPS games and RTS games, but where's racing and all of this?
Well, there have been some competitive racing. You know, we were actually featured in a competitive racing series in the past. And so it is happening. It may be the dramatic style that when there's shooting and guns and all of that, it makes for more Hollywood effects.
People love killings.
It could be. I would also say that in general, it's hard to come back in a very competitive race, just like in real racing on the track. When somebody's way, way, way in the lead, you really have to count on them making a mistake. Whereas when it's something where at any point somebody else could get another kill, it does make for a more dynamic, kind of that anybody can win at any point. All that said, I actually think that racing is always thrilling to watch. And with the rise of people worrying about fuel economy and the like, and racing is becoming, I would say it hasn't quite reached out to the younger audience as much as I would certainly hope. And I think that virtual racing stands a chance of actually bridging the gap to a younger audience. So it's certainly worth looking at.